Yo, JB family, it's been a crazy experience out here. Really, I ain't gonna lie, I love it out here, bro. I really love it, bro. It's different. People, everything, culture, the environment, everything is great. I ain't gonna lie, this one had a stadium, the stadium behind it. I ain't gonna lie, that's probably the best photo little thing I done seen. I ain't gonna lie. And I popped too.
You heard it right there. You heard it right there for yourself. That is the one, the only. That is Jalen Brewster speaking immediately following his photo shoot. That is while his photo shoot is going on at LSU. What up, Hamp? What's going on, normal guys? Shout out Stephen Young, Pearsley, Unk. All my guys are in the chat, man. And when I tell you right now, LSU is on absolute fire. The run that LSU is on right now, Stephen Young says it right here in the chat. Verge is the GOAT. You got the AI bots. You got the AI bots right now sharing some goofy stuff. Sharing some goofy stuff on Twitter saying that Verge is going to be replaced at some point during the season. Brother, I don't know where they got that news from, but what Jay is doing right now at this school, man. Ham says, good day on the X machine for you. My guy saw you all over the place. It is crazy. It's crazy. Oh, Tick, my boy is in the chat. Shout out to Tick, man. My dog just broke the news that his TV broke, so I'm praying for you, brother. I know how difficult of a time this is, bro. Y'all go show my dude Tick some love if you're not following Tick on X, man. Y'all are tripping. Tick is the GOAT, bro. Tick is my dude. So, look, like Ham said, man, it was a crazy day on Twitter. Let's start off first. Tick says, appreciate you, my guys. All love. No, look, I know you're going through your Love Island season right now. You got to have a TV for Love Island, bro. I get it. College football just dropped too. And I know that you said that you haven't got it since 25. Tick, you missing out. You missing out. You got it. You got to get it. Tick, you missing out, bro. You missing out. You got to go get it. Got to go get it. Look, so over on Twitter, and I'm going to share my screen with y'all so y'all can see real quick. So over on Twitter, I shared this post earlier where I said right here, just make the announcement, Jalen, and you will really set it off. Like Shay Dixon says, watch what they do, not what they say. It was important for that because in the background, and when I originally was writing this tweet out, I was going to tag Boosie in the tweet. I promise you I was. But I didn't. I said, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I don't know how Boosie really feels about those things. I don't want him to be upset if I do it. So I didn't. But I should have. And why should I? Because Boosie screenshots my tweet and then tags my tweet on Instagram. He posted on Instagram and tags Jalen Brewster in it. Brewster then takes the tweet, the screenshot of the tweet that Boosie posted, and then reposts it on his story. And when Boosie screenshot the tweet, of course, he cut off my handle, not to, like Boosie, you could have gave some free pub. It's all good though. I love you, man. I love you. But he made sure to leave the just make the announcement. You will really set it off showing. He made sure to leave that. And that is important because he took that, Brewster did, and reposted that. That's his latest story on IG. What a hell of a post to have. And of course, all in the mentions of this post are nothing but the crying Red Raiders. Nothing but the post of the crying Red Raiders. Like, they are nervous. They are shook. And the fact that right now he shared that, is absolutely insane. That's insane. I didn't know how to respond. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even know that happened. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, Tick. He could have gave me the lob, bro. He could have gave me the lob. Like, why you had to cut me off like that, Boo? Come on, Boosie. Boo. Been rocking with you since 04. You didn't have to do me like that, man. You didn't have to do me like that. But I didn't know that this even took place. I didn't know that this was happening. One, I didn't think to check Instagram for a minute because I had a sit-down interview I did with Juju McDonald, and I was getting that article together, and I had to break some news surrounding him in LSU as well. But when somebody sent me that post, it shows you how much he wants to flip. L Mans, but I'm happy for you. You just helped LSU in a big way with that post. Seriously. Exactly. You are not going to share that if you didn't want to post, if you did not want to flip. Could mean absolutely nothing. It could mean absolutely nothing. Could mean absolutely nothing. But damn it, that means a lot right now. That means something. That means a lot. I'm just saying, it will be hard for me to believe if he doesn't flip. I would be shocked at this stage if he does not flip. I'm gonna let y'all hear it again.
It's been a crazy experience out here. Really, I ain't gonna lie, I love it out here, bro. I really love it, bro. It's different.
Listen to him, and I know it's dark, but watch his face when he says I love it.
Really, I ain't gonna lie, I love it out here, bro.
Look at that. Look at that. And he sound like he's straight out of New Orleans. He sound like he's straight out of Baton Rouge. Look at his face. Body language says everything. This kid is in love with LSU, man. This kid is in love with LSU. You cannot tell me he not. You can't tell me he not. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at that smile. This kid loves what he's seeing right now. He's loved the entire experience.
Right here.
Keep him.
Really, I ain't gonna lie, I love it out here, bro. I really love it, bro.
He fighting it. He fighting to cap. He fighting the cap. Bro, I can't even hold. I can't even hold nobody right now. I love it out here. I love it out here. It took him by surprise. That's what everything is saying right here in this clip. I was not expecting all of this. I was not expecting LSU to be this organized. I was not expecting LSU to be this hype. I wasn't expecting LSU to be this fantastic, to be literally this different. A picture says 1,000 words. A video says 1,000,000. Look at his body language, man. This kid fell in love.
I love it out here, bro.
Think about the first time you fell in love with Chola, with your wife, with your girl. All my brothers in the chat know what I'm talking, fellas. We know what I'm talking about. That first time you was just like, damn. And I'm not talking about the first time you told her either. I'm talking about the first time you sitting back with your partners. You keeping it real. And you like, I can't even cap. Like she got me, dog. I love it. And look, I'm trying to keep it professional, but I can't right now because this is his real emotions, man. This is what he is saying. This is legitimately what he is showing right now. Look at the smile on, look at the smirk.
I really love it, bro.
I really love it, bro. I really love it, bro. I really love it, bro.
Different people, everything.
The people, everything.
Culture.
The culture.
The environment.
The environment.
Everything is great. I just want to have the stadium.
The stadium. He don't want to be in no stadium where they throwing tortillas. He don't want to be in no stadium where they throwing tortillas, man. That man is not from Lubbock, man. That man is not from Lubbock, man. That man is from Dallas, Texas. He's from the city. He from the city, man. That young man is from the city. He is from Dallas, Texas. That man is letting you know right now everything that's important to him. The people, the culture, the environment, the atmosphere, the stadium, the coaches. He talked more about Lane Kiffin than he did Ed Ogeron. We know how much Ed Ogeron meant. Yeah, Cedar Hill, Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth. Look, I'm not from Texas. That's like somebody saying I'm from New Orleans and they really from Kenner. We're gonna give them a pass right now. All right. I know they proud about their areas. Look, I talked to Charles Alexander. Whenever I say, yeah, you from Houston, he's like, no, I'm from Galveston. Yeah, I understand it. I get it. Because if somebody from Metairie tell me they're from New Orleans, I'm like, nah, bro, you from Metairie. You're not from New Orleans. Somebody from Prairieville say they're from Baton Rouge. I'm like, nah, bro, you are not from Baton Rouge. You're from Prairieville. You're from Prairieville. I get it. I get it. I get it. But that man telling you right now, he damn sure don't want to be from Lubbock. He don't want to be from Lubbock. He fell in love with it. And contrast that, I just thought about this. Where is it? I gotta find this. I know somebody got it somewhere. Bad podcasting, but I just got inspired. Y'all, please forgive me. Please forgive me. I gotta find this goofy picture. I gotta find it. And of course, Instagram ain't gonna work right now. I gotta find it. It's gotta be here somewhere. Somewhere on the internet. Somebody got it. Where is it at? Because you gotta look at their pictures, man. You know what's crazy? He didn't tweet on Instagram. He didn't tweet on Twitter a single picture from his OV from his OV to Texas Tech. He didn't tweet a single photo from that official visit. Looking for the photos. Yeah. In every picture from his Texas Tech visit, he got his helmet on. He got his helmet on and his head down. I wanted to show that video of him sitting in that chair at Texas Tech and that fake half smile he had on. And I wanted to contrast that just so everybody could see what it looked like compared to this genuine
Really,
smile.
I ain't gonna lie, I love it out here, bro. I
Oh, that's so genuine,
really love
bro.
it, bro. It's different. Yes, right here. Really, I ain't gonna lie, I love
Look at that, bro. That's a real
it
smile.
out here, bro. I really love it, bro. It's different. People, everything, culture, the environment, everything is great.
Dog. Man, look, this is special. This is special on a whole different level. Steve Young says, holy crap, this is insane. Golden era incoming, and I don't mean Pete. Exactly. I don't mean Pete. Tick says Texas Tech fans are shitting in their boxes right now, and they are. They are worked up. They are crying. They are nervous. They are shooketh. And they know it because you may be able to throw a bunch of money at this kid, but money can't buy you culture. Money can't buy you swag. To quote my guy, Kendrick Lamar, once a lame, always a lame. Money don't make you less lame. It just make you a lame with money. Congratulations, Texas Tech. Go get you some more volume. Go get you some more of a foundation. This is different. What LSU is doing right now is absolutely different. It's unfathomable to think that 7 months ago, we just introduced Lane Kiffin as the head coach. And now we're talking about the likelihood, the eventuality of the number one player in the nation committing to LSU for the second year in a row. That's something nobody else has even brought up. That would make it 2 years in a row that your LSU Fighting Tigers has been able to bring in the number one player in the country. And then they play in the same position group. Come on now. You want to win? It starts at the line of scrimmage. If Brewster flips, I got to credit both Virgin and O. You got to. You got to. You got to. My guy Tick says we need AP in the Brewster flip commitment video. Hell yeah. Look, sign me up. Y'all get me in touch with his PR people. I'm there. I'm there for him and Eastern Royal. I'm not even charging. I'll do it for free. I'll do it for the fun. Alex says, I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. Flipping incoming. Other schools nervous. I love it. Ham says, I'll name my son Jalen. I will drink a cup of coffee every single day until Jalen Brewster flips. And I am a tea guy. I will do that. I will brew coffee every day. Every day until he flips. And I will post it every day. Y'all got me. Y'all got me. You can't fake the love when he speaks about LSU. You cannot fake it. You cannot fake it. Steve Young says, I was a PR professional in my past. This PR says Brewster's going to flip. It's hard to believe, but this is real. Exactly. You don't put this out. Notice how Eastern Royals camp has been moving. This is how you know behind the scenes there may be some things taking place, but it's still really tight. Like he's wrestling with the decision. LSU is in play. He's favoring and showing love to Greedy James, calling him out in his commitment announcement. He's reposting and sharing Greedy's posts. You know that relationship and that tie is there. You know Greedy James loves LSU. We all know Greedy James wants Eastern Royal at LSU alongside of him. Jalen Brewster is putting it out there for everybody to see. He's wearing all the LSU gear. He's Every time you see him post something, LSU is involved. This was his LSU official visit that he took a month ago. He was the first official visit that he took. It was the first one. And he's just dropping this video in July? Why? Why? Can somebody explain to me why? He posted the Florida official visit 7 days ago. The SMU visit went a month ago. The Texas Tech UV is up. The Texas OV, which came after LSU, is up. So I'm going to expect him to post the Texas Tech OV soon. In a week's time, his Florida official visit has 13,000 views. His Texas official visit in a month's time has 13. SMU got him 8K. It's been 5 hours and LSU's got him up to 4,000 views. You don't put this out and you don't repost these things, signaling, virtue signaling. Hey, man. Why not? Your pops just came out and said, yeah, nothing's done until signing day anyway. So even if he flips, it's not going to stop anything. Why would you say that? There's no need to say that. There's no need to say that. Because even if he flips and signs, it still ain't over. Because they're going to recruit you to get you in the portal. They have ways to do it. They go, like agents talk. Like, come on, man. Brian says when Brewster flips, it's gonna hit like when Jamal Adams popped old boy when we blew him out back in 15. I'm gonna give you one better. It's gonna be like when Chad Jones lit that Arkansas wide receiver at the goal line and blew his helmet off. That's what it's gonna feel like. That's what that's gonna feel like. Tick says reposting other LSU commitments, practicing in LSU gear, talking nothing but positive things about LSU in Louisiana. It's a no-brainer. Stevie Young says just got to make the money close. I think they've already done that. And I think that's the thing that really is setting LSU apart, the fact that they're willing to match or come close to every single thing that Texas Tech has laid out for them. You would not be in this conversation had they not already had those conversations to begin with. I mean, everything costs money at this point. On 3 was reporting that kids are getting paid to come on official visits and on unofficial visits. Like, I have no information or no reporting or no sourcing on that, but I can tell you for a fact that at this point, if you weren't matching what Texas Tech at least had to offer, he would not be this high. You wouldn't have a seat at the table. You wouldn't. And it's not just about the money. It's not just about the money. Like, he talks about the environment. He talks about the coaching. He literally is quoted in saying, if you want to be coached by the best, you go to LSU. I'm sorry. Texas Tech isn't spelled Louisiana State University. There's a T in there, 2 to be exact, an A, but ain't no X. No C's and no H's. You don't do this if the money's not already close. Tick says flip season is upon us. It is, man. It is. I love this time of year. This is great. This is great theater. I know Love Island is popping off, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Tick, you're gonna be mad at me. I haven't watched it yet. I have not sprung for the Peacock subscription. I have way too many streaming services that I don't use. My wife watches Netflix for one thing. My kids watch Disney Plus for another. I have YouTube TV to watch the news on the Monday through Friday mornings because my wife loves to watch the news as soon as we wake up at 4 o'clock. Don't ask me why. So no, I did not spring for Peacock for Love Island. But once it's over, I will pay for it, speed run it for a week, and then cancel. Stevie Young says, if only we could get Royal too. We work, that's working. Just give it time. You gotta think back to Remember the Titans and Coach Boone. I run six plays, like Novocaine. Just give it time, it always works. Normal guy says it's real love. Hamp, I love it. I love the line, Hamp. Best in Texas, go to LSU. That is a fact. Hamp, absolutely. Oh, we getting Royal. I just didn't expect Brewster. And that's the thing. I will tell you, when he showed up for his official visit, I was like, oh, that's fun. That's fire. At least we got him on campus. I never thought I would be sitting here today talking about us actually potentially being the team to beat. And he's committed to Tech. I never imagined that. But then again, if you had the choice between Texas Tech and LSU and you want to further your football playing career, where would you go? Where would you go? Brian Turner says, I'm from Houma, but I'm extremely familiar with the city, especially the West Bank. Look, I'm from the city and I'm extremely familiar with Houma, especially the East Side. I love Houma. Houma's the second home. Steve Young says the only thing keeping Royal committed to Texas is the Manning family. He's going to flip. Exactly. And the Manning family may be from New Orleans, but they're not from Louisiana. So anything that they say, I don't take it to heart at all. They don't mean anything. They are from uptown. They're not even from New Orleans. They're from uptown. I'm from uptown. I'm from New Orleans. I'm from Louisiana. Them people are from uptown Mississippi. I love the Mannings for what they've done for Newman, for what Archie did for the Saints. But that's about it. That's about it. Drew Brees is more from New Orleans than the Mannings are. Home is just a few miles outside the West Bank, though. It is. Got his LSU visit pinned, talking about Brewster on his IG. Yes, his LSU visit is the number one, the first thing that is pinned on his IG page. It's the first thing. The first thing pinned on his IG page. Crazy work. It's crazy work. It's crazy work. We really blew his mind. LSU really blew his mind. At the most, Royal would play one season with R2, would play his entire college career with Pop. Exactly. Caption differences, just different in Ruckham. Which sounds more exciting? Wreckham. What are y'all? Wreck-It Ralph? Wreckham? Oh, the Red Raiders. Like, where does the Wreckham even come into play at? Like, what? Some of these sayings really get me. Auburn, War Damn Eagle. I thought y'all were the Tigers. School in Oxford, Rebel Black Bears. Land Sharks. What are we doing? Wreckham? Wreckham? Wreckham and Hottie Toddy have to be two of the worst calls for fans. I don't get it. Steve Young says another advantage. Texas just signed 3 5-star receivers last cycle. All 3 of them transferred. They don't have a good receiver track record right now. Hell of a point. Hell of a point, Brian. I'm sorry, Brian Turner said that to Stephen Young. That's a hell of an observation. You want to go to a school that has to bring in Jalen Waddle to help recruit you? And I know people are going to make a lot out of Ed Ogeron calling Michael Irvin. Oh, Cody Vicknair. Thank you. Cody Vicknair in the chat. Hit me with the link. If I clicked the wrong thing. Thank you, Cody. I'm going to get to that real quick. Cody, you are goated for this one. So once the chat loads, gotta find what chat you sent it in, Cody. I'm sorry, man. Bad podcasting. Sorry, guys. But moving on, the you want to go to a school where you're losing your recruits, like you're getting elite players in, especially at your position, and they're leaving after one season. What does that say about your offense? And they have Arch Manning at quarterback. So what does it really say about playing with Arch Manning? The best receiver in Texas committed to Oregon. Was honestly favored to go to LSU too. So what are we talking about? Like there's nothing special there. There's nothing special there. So why? Like what would even interest you outside of the Mannings, I guess? I don't get it. The Mannings, the money, I guess it's all, it's all one and the same. Maybe. I have no idea. Cody, if you can, just DM me that link, please. If you're still in the chat, I can't pull it up out the chat. It doesn't come through unless it's on YouTube. D-Line Factory is incoming. Yes. So look at what you would be surrounding Jalen Brewster with. You got Deuce Gerald. You got Trenton Henderson. Please do not sleep on Trenton Henderson. Gabe Rutherford will be coming back. You also have Richard Anderson, Deuce Gerald, and, of course, Lamar Brown. This is how football games are won. Starts and stops on the line of scrimmage. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And Texas can't sell Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Marshall, etc. Odell Beckham, DJ Chark, Russell Shepard, who came from Texas, or Kayshon Boutte. They can't sell none of that. They can't. And like I said, I know a lot of people are going to make a big thing about Ed Ogeron calling Michael Irvin. Ed Ogeron was one of the recruiters that got Michael Irvin to Miami. And on the phone was Michael Irvin pitching Jalen Brewster to Miami? No, he was not. He was pitching Coach O. We're talking about Coach Ogeron, who has 3 first-round draft picks at defensive tackle. He got a defensive tackle drafted number 1 overall. You want to get to the league, and yeah, y'all had Texas Tech had David Bailey. Congratulations. Ed Ogeron wipes the gum off his shoe with the David Bailey. He's been doing that. Texas Tech has a lot of bad PR because of the Sorsby situation. This should not be underestimated. That's true. That is true. Tick says Brewster flipping going to break the internet. Number one player in the nation playing for Lane Kiffin and LSU. That's just different. The vitriol, the hate, the frustration, the jealousy, the envy. That's why I got my chain on today. Because they can't tuck no chains right now. They can't tuck no chains right now. LSU is flexing on people right now, man. This staff has only been together for 7 months. And this recruiting class is a top 10 class right now. And if you flip the number one player in the nation and the number one wide receiver in the nation into this class with the rest of the guys out there that you're going after, you might end up with a top 5, top 3 class, hands down. Brian Turner says you saw it. I tagged in talking to Tick. Wonder when we know if he's staying or flipping. Could be this weekend. Could be next weekend. Could be December. Who knows? This thing is not done until it's signed. Like, yeah, it's July. Yeah, they could flip and change commitments all they want. That's great, fantastic. But December is still a signing period. At Tick gonna put the college football world on notice. Yes, it's definitely gonna put the college football world on notice. D. Will, thank you for being here, man. What great receivers played at Texas, and what great defensive linemen play at Texas Tech. The last really good wide receiver that you could say came from Texas was Roy Williams. I know a lot of people will say Xavier Worthy just because he was a first-round pick a couple years ago, but that still got to play out. I mean, he left a lot to be desired. Yeah, he's one of the fastest to ever come out of the University of Texas, out of college football, period. But that's saying that's a heavy lift. Hearts committed to LSU just got the Texas Tech label. Unc, what up? Unc is back. Thank you for being here. Unc, definitely appreciate you, my man. CFB going to be scared, bro, for real. D-Will found Texas Tech to not coach. I found Texas Tech to not coach receivers well since Royal back in the day. And if you're a football fan like me, Texas Tech is the worst defensive school literally of all time. I mean, they just got good at defense. And that's not even an overstatement. I'm a home baseball fan. I think Jay Johnson is also putting the baseball world on notice. You think? This athletic department, man, is unfair. It's unfair. What more could you ask for? The amount of resources they've been able to throw together for each individual sport of the major three has been phenomenal. I mean, at a dinner at the Supper Club, the basketball team raised $3 million. Man, shout out to Verge and shout out to my guy, Heath Schroyer, man. The athletic department is on 10 right now. Tired as all get out, but happy to be here. Ham says, Unc, it's all good, AP. You got to erase your way. You got to ease your way to Love Island. Once you're in, it's addictive. And see, that's so. I'm gonna tell you right now, Tick. I'm a binge watcher type of guy. Netflix has ruined me. Give me all the episodes at once so I can get through them. And that's why I'm gonna just burn through them once it's done. Chris says, when you think we'll know if guys are flipping? It just depends, man. Like, these kids can announce at any point. But like I always say, nothing is done until it's signed and they're here. And even when they're signed, it's still not done. I mean, we saw that happen with Michigan, right? Like, Michigan had to fire their coach right after the early signing day. And those kids were able to get out. Like, nothing's done until kids are on campus. And even when kids are on campus, it's still not really done. Recruiting never stops. I know you have likely covered it already, but I noticed a 14-minute video on Jalen Brewster's channel. Yeah, we go back and watch the beginning. Go back and watch the beginning. The coach. This the effect of Coach O. Absolutely, absolute man, absolutely. Brian Turner, I know I was just saying. Says D. Will, what can Texas and Texas Tech really pitch to Royal and Brewster besides money? That's what I don't understand. That's what I'm legitimately trying to figure out. Come here and help us start something great. Help us start something amazing. Help us bring Texas back to what it was in the 90s. Help us make Texas Tech into what it never was before. And also, here's $1.5 million. I guess Texas Tech, we just got David Bailey. I don't know, man. I don't know what those pitches can be. I don't know, man. I don't know. Shout out Steven Young. Thank you. AP knows ball. Unk says, us old heads remember how epic Archie Manning was. He was, man. The Mannings, for some weird reason, avoid LSU because of Ole Miss. Like, they avoid Louisiana like the plague, man. They're not that. He's Texas Tech. Joey McGuire is royalty in the town he's from. Cool. That's supposed to mean what? Okay. Joey McGuire's from Cedar Hill. That don't mean you got to go to Tech. Arch Manning went to Newman. Odell Beckham went to Newman. Who's Easton Royal's favorite player? Odell Beckham Jr. Does that mean Easton Royal has to go to LSU? That's not the logic. That doesn't mean anything. And shout out to you, Alvin. I hate Tech. I'm just saying, like, I can't think of that being the reason why. Does anybody actually know what hottie toddy friends? I bet Ole Miss fans don't. I don't know. That's a lie. Ryan Wingo is still at Texas. Oh, okay. So Ryan Wingo is still at Texas. I thought he left. My bad. I thought he left too. I mean, he's been silent. So I have tons of Ole Miss friends because I'm from Mississippi and can confirm the discrimination. Welcome in, Alvin. Yes. Thank you, Rainey, for welcoming Alvin. There are a bunch of frat guys in Oxford whose daddy work. My daddy works at Goldman Sachs. Yeah, that's the vibe you get from Oxford. They underachieved every year at Alvin. Most everybody hate Tech now, and Cody Campbell ain't winning any popularity contests. That's a fact. Waiting for my T2 be done brewing, if you know what I know. It could be your tea, your coffee. Hell, it could be your cold brew. It could be your brewski. Let it brew, baby. Let your roux brew. How about that? Brew your roux. Alvin says, I don't think Arch will be there next year. You think Arch leaves after this year, Alvin? Because there's been a lot of buzz around him coming back. Blake Ruffino, so right about then, when did Easton commit to Texas? Was it last summer? No, Easton committed literally the day before Lane Kiffin was announced. Lane was announced on December 1st. Easton committed November 30th. Texas pushed for that commit for a reason. Texas was able to get in tight with Easton because Frank Wilson took his foot off the gas because he knew he was about to be on the outs. It's not hard to read the tea leaves on that one. Alvin, don't count on ouch. Alvin says, Unk, don't count on Arch not coming back. Peyton came back for senior year at Tennessee. A lot of people outside of Tech hate Tech, but those Joy people love him, says Alvin. I get it. I understand that, but, you know, I know this your channel, but you talking crazy. Look, let me understand something. Horns down. And my nephew goes to Texas. He know what it's hitting for. I love him, and I'm supporting for him, and I'm rooting for his success. Shout out to you, Buck Hayward Howard Jr. And I swear, if you Texas Longhorn fans don't take care of my nephew, it's going to be a problem. And I respect Texas for what they were. That's for what they were. I haven't done anything since before my son was born. So once again, it's happening. My guy Ric Flair is in the chat. Top 5 is happening. That's what I'm talking about, Rick. Rick and Unc. Unc has been on a top 5 since the beginning. Purple Pulse says, so we getting Brew and Royal? That's what it seems like to be. That's what it seems like, man. That's what it seems like. You don't know who you're dealing with, man. Texas is not that program for wide receivers, says Stephen Young. He just speaking facts. You got to go through Ohio State before you even try to jump at LSU when it comes to that position group. Like, y'all not there yet. Y'all trying, but y'all not there. Texas just had 2 wide receivers get drafted in the first round every year since Sark has been there. Who are they? Because the world don't remember them, and neither do they care. And they weren't really drafted for their production; they were drafted off their potential. Xavier Worthy was fast. He was fast, and still was underutilized. So fast that Kansas City thought that they may have had another potential replacement for the Cheetah. And it ain't working out too well. Ham says little 4th of July bomb, possibly. Maybe some fireworks, maybe. Unc says that explains it then. We were in a free fall right after BK until Verge started righting the ship, and Governor started wilding and then put his nose to the grindstone, getting big money donors back on board. Yeah, the governor definitely made up for it. What's up, Austin? Thank you for being here, man. I don't have to talk to LSU fans. I got time today. Great. Thank you. You're talking about before Sark. It's a difference now. Look, before and after Sark. It just is what it is. Like, even with Sark, y'all still have problems winning the big game. And I still think right now Texas is the most talented team in the SEC and should be favored to win the SEC. I think Texas should be the only team LSU actually loses to. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Steve Sarkisian does some Steve Sarkisian type stuff and gives us the game. And you can't be shocked by that either. I just got a message from somebody that says, I'm drinking, but I'm about to brew me another drink. I love that the Brewster stuff is taking off, man. Just brew that. Just brew that. That's going to be my slogan for the rest of the month. Bottom of the SEC every year. Cool for you, bro. I hope y'all enjoy the bottom of the SEC. I see you, J-Day. Unc is from Texas, too, but a dyed in the wool LSU superfan, 247-365 for life. Go Tigers. Alvin, y'all don't even have Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase in NFL, bro. Man, them episodes are an hour plus. The Love Island episodes are an hour plus? Oh, God. It's going to be a lot of powering through then. What up, David? Thank you for being in here, man. Definitely appreciate it. Unc, love the Mannings, especially Archer and Cooper and Arch too. My man, we will see y'all soon. I was but Unc is getting a second week A second win out here. That's what I'm talking about. Alvin, so the top wide receivers that have ever played for Lane Kiffin is Marquez Lee, and you acting like he's a heck of a wide receiver coach. Okay. Let me tell you something about LSU. It doesn't matter who the damn coach is in Louisiana. We stumble over an elite wide receiving prospect every 10 feet. Even the guys that you think aren't good are better than your elite wide receivers. Don't forget about Josh Reed. We stole Dwayne Bowe from you. Like, don't forget about Ruben Randall, Michael Clayton. Do I have to go back and even bring up Odell and Jarvis? And I'm not even going to get into Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. But following them, you had Kayshon Boutte. And then after him, you had Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. You think we don't have another wide receiver sitting on the bench right now? That's coming. You better get ready to hear Phillip Wright and Jabari Mack. It don't matter who the coach is. That's why Lane Kiffin decided to come to LSU. Brian Kelly didn't have wide receivers like Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. at any point in his career between Cincinnati and Notre Dame. He comes to LSU, he gets his first Heisman Trophy winning quarterback and his first 2 first-round wide receivers drafted in the same draft class. That's LSU, brother. That's not Brian Kelly. That's not Cortez Hankton. That's not whoever the wide receiver coaches were that preceded them. And all credit to George McDonald because he's putting in work to flip Easton Royal. But LSU recruits itself. The reason Lamar Brown and Richard Anderson stayed locked in with LSU is because it was LSU. When it comes to wide receivers, Texas can't talk that talk. AP, we really getting Brewster. You got to share what you know. I'm just sharing that things are legitimately brewing. That's all I can say. Things are legitimately brewing, man. Like I said it last week. I'm going to say it again to end this week. I was comfortable when he came, like, all right, we got a shot. When he came on his visit, all right, something there. Wouldn't expect it. But tonight, I'm confident. At this point, I would be shocked if he didn't. Like, it'd be shocking. Like, it'd be the biggest troll out there. Like, this would be like Lane Kiffin going to Florida over LSU. That's what it would feel like. The reason Stephen Young is that Archie is from Mississippi, they all would have went there if Cooper didn't have his career ended prematurely. Peyton's son ain't going to LSU. Peyton's son ain't going there. I thought Hottie Toddy was a spiked drink. That's a hot toddy, and it's great for when you have a sore throat. Unk says Peyton asked Cooper and Archie for their blessing to go to Tennessee. He did, just like Arch asked for it to go to Texas. I know you're taking football, but the baseball Tigers just got a beast. Angel Laya is a stud. We touched on Angel for a quick second, just to give a shout out to Jay Johnson and also to Verge Osbury and Heath Schroyer and all the things that they're doing. Look, it's World Series or bust for this baseball team next year. Jay is dropping His nuts all over the place. If anybody thought Jay Johnson was pulling up, that's out of here. He said this would never happen again. And damn it, he meant it. Unc said, to his credit, he was behind his boy 100%. Archie said, to his credit, he was behind his boy 100%. Austin says, I made the Odell point on my show a few times. OBJ influenced more than anyone that ever played at Texas Tech. What up, Fonz? My guys in the building, man. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Alvin says, I hope Texas Tech loses every game. Ung said the Mannings play for the glory of it. Alvin Lawson, if Arch doesn't. The Mannings are big on their QB staying 4 years. Audio messed up for me. Be right back. Refreshing. All right, good. Doesn't win a natty this year. He is back last year, just like Peyton did his senior year. Texas has a great bunch of QBs in the stable ready to play. I wish I could pull up the Tyler, the Creator gif. Oh, okay. Arch is playing to win a natty. They all got plenty of money. They've done so much. They had Jalen Waddle meeting with Roy. It's always the funniest thing ever. More known for his penguin dance than actually playing football at the University of Texas. Hit him with that Ric Flair woo, Unc. Here comes the Fonz. We got a couple of Horn fans joining us this evening. Stevie Young says Easton won't get to play with the Manning for more than 2 years. Exactly. Alvin's pointing out Worthy and Golden once again. This is only for my man Fonz, considering how much he hates Florida. Yeah, Xavier Worthy sold my fantasy team. Get him out. Get him out of here. Fonz, chat, I'm having stream issues. I'm having audio issues, like audio not synced with video. Is it my end plus the stream seems way behind? If y'all are having issues, please let me know. Please let me know. Please let me know. It does look like it's off a little bit. Let me refresh real quick. I'll be right back. Why y'all didn't tell me anything? All right. Looks like we're back. Looks like we're good. Let me see. Let me just test out real quick. Testing. All right. Looks like we're better now. If we're still off. Yeah, it looks like we're a little bit better. I think there may have been some lag there. Fonz, double tap the screen, rewind 10 seconds to usually fix the synced issues. Clock it, Unc. You know, annoying ass Clemson fans are saying Will Helt is better than Prince Will. What? They're really saying that right now? At Fonz, it's not synced up perfect for me. That's crazy. If you picked up Worthy in your fantasy, you never played fantasy. You never play fantasy. You should never play fantasy again. Well, I mean, how can you tout Xavier Worthy? How can you tout Xavier Worthy being this first round pick, this great Texas wide receiver, and then say don't pick him in fantasy? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the stream was having some efficiency issues. It should be a little bit better now, but I'm not sure what happened or why it took place. But Alvin, I've won 2 years in a row, by the way. Chase and Jefferson did not play for Kiffin. Why does it matter who played for Kiffin? They played at LSU, Alvin. Who played at Texas? I don't give a damn who played for Kiffin. Kiffin's not getting that level of talent at Ole Miss. And still, the worst ranked offense he had at that school in Oxford was 29th, and they averaged almost 470 yards per game. Also, understand, who did Steve Sarkisian replace as the offensive coordinator at Alabama? Take a sip of my drink while you think about that. Tasty. Oh, it's tea. It's tea, by the way. It was tea. It was Lane Kiffin. It was Lane Kiffin. The heading is Gator fans goes off after hearing what DJ Lagway said. I don't know what that is. Alvin, Marquise Lee won the Biletnikoff and led the NCAA in touchdowns, and he was an NFL Pro Bowler. I'm not having any issues, not sure what's happening. Bro, if we get both Eason and Brewster, we're going to have a championship run. Look. This class is definitely setting itself up to be that. Somebody called me earlier and asked me how I felt about it. Like, is this class made to go on a natty run? Yes. Because you also have to understand that this class isn't finished off until the portal's closed. And while the portal additions won't be as big in volume, you know Lane's going to get some dogs in the portal. And look, it's why a lot of Texas fans are in here tonight. It's why a lot of Texas Tech fans are trolling on Twitter right now. Y'all nervous. LSU's playing with house money. And I know that y'all in here saying, oh, it's Texas. He's not going to flip. The more you say he's not going to flip, the more your feelings are going to be hurt if he does. It's why I'm not saying that anything is done. But the likelihood and the fact that we even have to have this discussion is impressive. We're talking about schools and staffs who've been together and been on these kids for over a year. We're talking about a staff that came together completely in late January. And now, sitting at the beginning of July, has their hooks deep in to the number one overall player in the class. On top of that, who I consider also to be the best player in this class, the best athlete in this class, Easton Royal. Two of the best five-star gym type, I'm going to double my NIL offer, generational talents in this same class. LSU is pushing the line on. Y'all are nervous. Y'all want to get out in front of it. Y'all want to shut up LSU fans. Y'all want to troll Lane Kiffin this, Lane Kiffin that. Talk about LSU. Talk to me about what receivers played at LSU. Name the wide receiver coaches that those receivers played for, because they all weren't the same. Fonz talking about the YouTube issues again. Unk says, watching Gator Nation lose their minds is highly entertaining at times. LOL, that's for Fonz, who hates them Gators with an absolute passion, yet stays in Jacksonville. Unk got the most respect for that. Well timed to be shocked. AP, we're going to have to do a wellness check on Texas athletics soon. They're getting stuffed in the locker by LSU athletics. Bruh. And on so many different sports, Jay Johnson has pushed Texas into a locker, took them out, and then dunked them into a toilet to give them a swirly. Any player Texas had their sights on, it's, nah, bro, no, over here. Oh, you thought you were going after that one too? No, you're not. You're coming over here. And the moment, I'm telling you, the moment Eastern Royal flips, the state of Texas will be pissed. And then you combine that with the potential of Jalen Brewster flipping too. It won't be good for us to drive through Texas, y'all. It won't. It won't. Don't go through Texas with a Louisiana plate. Call a friend, catch an Uber, call a bus, fly in, get a rental. Don't drive through. Unc says y'all gotta understand that Archie Manning was the single greatest thing to ever come out of the state of Mississippi. Yet he has stayed in New Orleans and never left since his rookie year. Yeah. Thanks, Archie. You still, like I said, Unc, they're from New Orleans. They're not from Louisiana. There's a difference. Saban like running the next 10 years. I can imagine. I can't imagine Peyton's boy being as good as Arch or his dad. That Marshall is good. Alvin, just sit this one out, bro. You could have said Jordan Shipley or Devin Duvernay. Ooh, good pulls. Those are good pulls. Cooper was the best athlete in the family. Arch's mom did something athletic too. Arch's genes are off the charts. Yeah. Love your energy. Brian Thomas says, in fact, Alvin, name a Texas Pro Bowl at wide receiver, period. No, I just hit refresh. That's all I did. I just hit refresh. Just had to refresh the browser. That's all it was. In addition to hating on them Gators at an unhealthy level, Fonz is an audio specialist. Say what time you see this message, 10:16 p.m. It's late. I got it late. CJ in the chat, Fonz is not delayed, brother. He's just reading the chat message by message and responding to each one. Yeah, like but my audio wasn't synced up with the video either, too, CJ. It was. And Fonz, I didn't know you were into audio like that. Now that I know, I'm gonna hit you up on the side. Texas doesn't have the wide receiver legacy LSU has, and it's not close. It's not Stephen Young unless you remember the days of Darrell Royal, Earl Campbell, and those. Jesus. The late 60s. Tyler Roos. CJ, that might be because he's usually pretty close to when the messages are sent. No, I am usually on time, but why is it always a random Florida fan? You don't have anything to do with this. You don't have nothing to do with this. But I love you, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, bro. I really do appreciate it. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Thank you for being here. It's always a random Florida fan that just randomly pops up, man. Catching up to the chat, y'all, I swear. If it wasn't for Vinny Young, Texas would not have any natties this century. We sitting on tree them things. Carl, the cat, is in the chat. Sorry for being late, but he's still clocking it. You heard me. Not gonna lie, Unc loved watching Vince Young. He was a beast in that game. Texas hasn't played for a natty since 2009. Steve Young says, we got the Oregon freshman All-American. Yes, Angel Laya in the building. My face says it all. And we have Carl the Cat too. Clock it, Carl, my dog. I got them all mad like a bunch of girls because of said Seaton is the best college tackle I've seen since Joe Thomas and Jake Long. Bunch of lazy boys. They're mad behind that? Oh, man, you got to get over it. Fawn says, no, I used to stream on Twitch many years ago, and I'm around streams all the time. Oh, okay, I got you. AP Fonz is an audio genius and a bit OCD, which makes him even more tuned. I'm a butcher by trade. Cool. Well, don't mess with Fonz, y'all. He knows how to get things cut up. My dude, CLS says, yes, sir. Much love, bro. I definitely appreciate it, man. And look, we're not gonna give my guy Junior here too much hate. You know, like he's still showing love, just letting us know that the Gators are present. They always around. They are they're cool. They cool, man. Like they used to be. I don't worry about them no more. I don't worry about the Florida Gators no more, man. I give them a pass, bro. Like they're coming around, man. They're coming around. Like I don't like cheering against. I don't like seeing Florida succeed, but their fans aren't that bad anymore. Like good fans, the good fans aren't that bad. There are some unreasonable Florida fans out there in this world, bro. Like they get bad. It sucks to be a Florida Gator. I like barbecue Gator. Come down to BR. I'll get you some. Look, when Florida plays LSU, the tailgates are lit. That smoked, slow roasted Gator is so good. You're from New Orleans, and you're like my partner Nick. How? How did this happen? Why? Why? Why did this happen? Why? Why, man? No, Carl. Jay's a straight gangster. No, Carl, I didn't use it yet. Carl said that I used my bit yet. No, I'm about to, and I'm actually about to. I'm about to because Anthony says it was supposed to say played for a natty in men's sports since 09. Okay, I was about to say. He said, bro, I had an Ole Miss fan argue with me being a projected top 15 pick is the definition of being. Man, these people are just so crazy, bro. JR86 being respectful, much respect for that. Florida sucks, says Gary Dickinson. Anthony says, I lost respect for Florida when they put beads around the Tiger's neck after Mike's death. Yeah. Stephen Young says Florida is enemy number one. Yeah, so I look at Florida how Alabama looks at us. You gotta beat us a few times to be relevant. Like Texas A&M isn't even relevant to me because of y'all caught us 2 times. Cool. We spank y'all. A broke clock gets the time right twice a day. Even a trash can winds up with a steak. Congratulations. Not Ole Miss. P. Lee says, I got one cousin from NOLA that's a Gator fan and one that's an FSU fan. They just clout chasing. They're around like that little cousin that's an only child and fucking weird, and parents only talk or brag about them when other members talk about their kids. Right. Like, oh yeah, my son did X, Y, Z. Well, Billy did this. And Susie did that. Oh, okay. Well, Jonathan's going to be graduating. Well, Billy's going to be graduating the 3rd grade. You don't graduate from the 3rd grade. That's Florida. It's Florida fans. They're brothers, and I'm sick of both of them. So you got cousins that are brothers with each other. One cheers for Florida, one cheers for Florida State. Your cousins are weird. New Orleans is the greatest city on the planet in Unk's eyes. No wonder you cool like that, even if you're a Gator fan. Exactly. New Orleans, and especially Baton Rouge, has a lot of Florida State fans. Y'all know Florida State does second lines. That was a good one. Ole Miss is going to fade into oblivion. They actually are, man. It's going to be fun. That's going to be like an asteroid just plummeting down to earth, and I cannot wait to see it. Florida is 1B, Ole Miss is 1A. That's how I feel. My cousin played for Florida in the mid-90s, and I've been with them since. Demetrius Byrd was a close homie of mine before he came LSU in 2006, 2007. Knew him in JUCO, PRCC. Bet. That's real. You know what? I respect that then. I definitely respect that then. I definitely respect that. I can understand why you do that then, man. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. Florida tried to make inroads in Louisiana and lost and failed, says Stephen Young. D-Bill says, that dude was so much fun to watch. That game-winning catch against Auburn was incredible. It absolutely was. It absolutely was. CJ writes, Golding will be Georgia's DC within the next 3 years, teaching all their players how to get away with these DUIs. He's an expert. Well, now that I know that you helped Tingle & Co., I'm going to be asking you for some help. All joking aside, I'll DM you the link for a Discord channel. We have more convos. I'm always down to help. Absolutely, please. I'll join that Discord. They tried to get Louisiana recruits, and that didn't work. Ole Miss will be enemy number one until they fade into oblivion. Florida says, Steve Young says Florida thought they could get Royal. Yes. Florida's third in all of this stuff. I do realize that, right? Let's talk about always the bridesmaid, never the bride. That's Florida right now. Finds us about it. AP says, Unc, we definitely gonna find out, Unc. Definitely gonna find out. I heard someone on IG stealing your Juju stuff as their own. What? I gotta see that. That's hilarious. Oh. Are you serious, CJ? Oh man, I gotta find this dude and call him out. I gotta call him out. I gotta call him out. And I think I know some people who know him. Where did he post that? He confirms with you. Well, he said he confirms. Okay. Well, people, you know. Well, I mean, look. That's hilarious. So that's hilarious, CJ. David says now you officially made it, AP. He said Juju exclusively told him he's visiting Clemson. That's crazy work. And I got the text to prove it. Anyway, AP, really, I need to know if we're getting Brewster because that is program changing recruit. One, I only know what I know. I'm not breaking that news. I'm not a news breaker. The only reason, so I'm going to get to something I did break today. CJ says he deleted the original post that said exclusively, then reworded it because people called him out. That's tight. Seriously, coping is a form of flattering when they want to be like you. I mean, look, I guess, but you know, like just give people their credit. It's like the lawn way of doing things that some people, you know, accuse him of. Like, you don't have to be like that. Like, just and look, Lon gets a lot of crap. You know, a lot of people in this business get a lot of crap for sharing stuff that some people find hard to believe that they actually broke, and it's not fair. I know I'm not known by anybody. I'm just breaking into this, but like, give people their shine. Don't feel bad. I got fat thumbs. Okay, copying. I understand. He was coping too. Nobody gives me crap about any. Shut up, CJ. No, I ain't. Shut up, CJ. Anyone can be right at any. Exactly. Like I said earlier, a broken clock gets the time right twice a day. Even a steak lands up in a garbage can. Like, it happens. And it's not to, you know, like throw shade at Lon or anything, but I'm just saying, like, Lon's the first one that came to my mind because I know a lot of people give him crap. I know a lot of people give CJ crap. I know a lot of people give, you know, a lot of guys who aren't well known in this business, that type of, you know, like flack. It's not cool. So to get to what CJ's alluding to, I had a sit down interview with Juju McDonald. I've been talking to Juju since he got the LSU offer like last month. He and we text and talk. I talked on the phone with him several times. We text like twice a week. Kid's been busy. And I mean, you talk about a phenomenal kid, fantastic kid, bro. Like, y'all would fall in love with this kid. This kid's really cool. Real cool dude. 6'2", 270-pound, rangy, long, lengthy DB that Corey Raymond is all in on. went to Mississippi State, ran a 4.340, and feels like he told me that he feels like he can run faster than that. He clocked on a catapult 22 miles an hour with a 12.4 velocity at takeoff. So he's got more untapped speed in there. He's raw. He's raw. But he told me, and I was able to break this news earlier, that he's locked in his official visit with LSU for week 1 against Clemson. Now, the amazing thing about that is that Shea Dixon reposted it, quoted it, and cited me for an article that he wrote about that visit. So he must have been able to confirm with his sources or Juju himself the visit. And I got to be the first one to report that. So it was huge. It was huge. I got the full interview posted on And the Valley Shook as an article. So please, y'all go share. I'll post some clips probably over the weekend on the YouTube page just of the audio from our conversation. Because it was a fan, man, it was such a fun conversation to have with him. We talked for about 10 minutes. His dad played high school and college ball. He's got deep ties, like family ties, to Mississippi State. Like the assistant wide receivers coach at Mississippi State, well, I think it's a wide receivers coach, was his dad's wide receiver coach in college. But his dad and his grandpa are huge LSU fans. His dad and his stepmom go to LSU, Alabama every year. So there's something there. His grandfather played for the Chargers during the striking era for a couple seasons and then served in the military. So the kid's got NFL pedigree in his body already. Grew up around sports, grew up around football, loves the game, and he's really grinding. So this is a kid that, while this is a 2027 season, he's a late bloomer. He's going to be a fast rising 3-star prospect. And he committed to Mississippi State because of those family ties that they had, that bond that he has with that coach over there at Mississippi State. But Mississippi State was also his biggest offer at the time, so he committed on the spot. But now that LSU is here, he comes for that game September 5th, and he's never been to Tiger Stadium. I wouldn't be surprised if that kid flipped. on the spot. Steven Young says your work is paying off. Yeah, man. Look, I'm just grinding, bro. Like I said, every time I'm just trying to grow in this business, man. I really am. That's all I want. That's all I want. I want to do this. I want to do this full time. That's my goal. That's my end game. That's what I want to do. David asks, sorry if you said, but where is he from? He's from Mobile, Alabama. He's from Mobile. And I asked him, Anthony says, I love Tiger Bait and 247 coverage of LSU. So make sure you go support And the Valley Shook, because we're free and we cover LSU too. Go give us a follow on Twitter and go comment on the articles, man. We need that engagement. It helps a lot. He's from Mobile, Alabama. So I asked him in the article for the interview, what is it, like growing up in Mobile, growing up in the Alabama area, if you were a Auburn fan or an Alabama fan? And he said, I was neither. He grew up an Ole Miss fan. And the reason why he grew up an Ole Miss fan, all those reasons are at LSU. Like, go read the article. Fantastic interview with this kid, man. I absolutely love it. I hope he lands at LSU. If he does, I'm going to talk to him about doing the announcement on the stream. I'm going to see if we can book that. That would be amazing. That would be fun. Thank you, Steven. I'm trying, man. I really am trying, bro. I'm trying. I'm really working my tail off to get off the ground with this, man. And wouldn't be possible without you guys being here in the chat, man. You, especially my brother David. Like, David gives me so much encouragement, man. I told him from day one, man, I'm gonna try to break through this door and leave it wide open for all of us to get through here, man. So I really hope so. Anthony says he commits to Sunday after the game after experiencing the Death Valley experience. Yes. 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 Fawn says, shit, I'm 42 and haven't been inside Tiger Stadium. We were too poor to go, and I lived in the boot and just haven't been able to make it yet. I already told my wife we're doing it and she's down. Let's do it this year. If you come, I said I wasn't going to go to any games. Go to get any games this season. But you know what, Fonz? If you come to an LSU game this year, I'll come and I'll do my stream live from the parking lot. I'll figure out a way to set it up and do it live from a parking lot following Tiger Stadium. Let's do it, Fonz. Steve Young says, if you grind, you succeed, bro. That's all I'm trying to do, Steve. I promise you, that's all I'm trying to do. I grind it out, man. This is I make the joke a lot that I'm doing my paying job so I can get to doing my real job. This is my real job. I love this. And I'm going to keep doing it, man. Keep doing it. Fonz says, I'll co-host. That's the whole point, Fonz. Yes. Unc says, book it, AP. We're hella proud of you. Thank you, Unc. We're clocking it right now. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Jathan, just found you and now subscribe. Thank you, man. Definitely appreciate it, bro. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Jathan. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Anthony says, Fonz, definitely an experience of your lifetime. Yeah, man. Fonz, I'm telling, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it at all. It's nothing like it. Let her know. Unc will pull up for sure to hang. Man, look, let's do it. Let's make it a whole big party. I'm about it, man. Like, let's do it. The post game can be absolutely lit. Let's do it. My guy, Kenneth, thank you. Thank y'all so much, man. Every sub matters, man. Thank y'all so much. David says, our paying jobs suck. They do. Steven said, I started a company and I'm going to make it. Yes, that's it, man. That's the mindset. You grind it out. Man. You put your nose down and you go to work. That's it. That's all I'm doing with this. That's all I'm doing. Unc says, welcome to Jathan. Yes, welcome to the Timeouts and Tangent family, man. We definitely appreciate it. Look, like, Fonz, let's put that together, bro. Seriously, let's put that together. I can't tell y'all how grateful I am. I cannot tell y'all how grateful I am for each of you. Jathan says, thank you so much for saying my name right. Look, I read it 3 times before I pronounced it to make sure I saw it correctly. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, okay, like, this is a major thing for me. I am OCD about pronouncing someone's name correctly. Personal preference for me only. And the reason why is because that's your name. It's how you're identified. I don't want to be disrespectful to that at all. It's why I wear my logo everywhere. It's my brand. My name, I call myself AP. That's my name. That's my brand. I'm Anthony. I don't like when people call me Tony. It's not my name. My mom named me Anthony. I refer to myself as AP as a representation of my first and last name. So I definitely appreciate you for letting me know that I pronounced it correctly. Thank you for letting me know. Carla Cat says, don't be a square, like and share. I'm going to use that. And speaking about using things, Carla Cat shared something with me that I did not realize, but needs to be made public information. Ole Miss, Texas Tech, and Texas fans all must have NIL deals with Boudreaux's butt paste. Because LSU's been chapping their asses a lot. And we haven't even played a game yet. It's the off season. And they're all irritated, whining and crying right now. So they must have an NIL deal. And if they don't, they need to get it because they got to apply that Boudreaux's butt paste real quick. They need it. Stop whining. Stop the crying. Use Boudreaux's to help you with your irritated cheeks. Babies approved. D. Will, thank you for subscribing, bro. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much, brother. I definitely appreciate it. Y'all don't have to hit the button. I definitely appreciate it, man. Unc, welcoming everybody to the family. Thank y'all so much. Steven Young says, bro, you get Louisiana and it's gonna pay you dividends. Bro, I'm telling you, man, like that's what makes this place special. LSU as a whole probably has the largest contingent of coverage for any college. And we're not a big media pool for any market, but there's so many people covering LSU. And I'm not gonna lie, when I dipped my toe in this, I was like, well, I don't know, but I'm gonna trust God and I'm gonna trust me. And I'm not gonna stop trusting God. And as long as I got God and my wife, I know we're gonna be all right. And now I got y'all, because I'm telling y'all right now, y'all may not see it, but I take this serious. Y'all do not have to spend y'all time with me up here. This is family. This is real love. This is genuine support. The one thing that you cannot get back is time, and y'all are spending y'all time with me. Y'all are hearing me talk. Y'all let me give y'all my insights, my opinions, share my thoughts, my experiences with y'all. Thank y'all so much for that. Anthony says, shit, we need to get Brewster and Royal for that first game in Death Valley. Bro, we got to. I'm telling you, the energy is going to be so amazing. It's going to be so amazing. Love the D Will YouTube handle. Yes, sir. David says you shouldn't have said that with me in here. Oh, I hope you're talking about the butt paste thing. That's hilarious, bro. It is. Carla Cat has boatloads of wisdom, man. He does. Everybody's loving the Boudreaux's butt paste NIL plug. Definitely need to make them a sponsor of the show now. I'm gonna have to reach out to Boudreaux's and see what we can do. Texas definitely gonna be Texas Tech definitely gonna be butt hurt. See, exactly. Pearsley says now you have to get a sponsorship for AP. I have to, man. That have a little bottle on the desk with you each team's logo when you bring them up. I'm going to Walgreens right now and buy that. I'm going to do that. Going to do that. Going to do that right now. Absolutely going to do that. Once the show ends, I'm going to do that right now. That I will. I'm doing a coffee and tea in the morning just so I can have that ready. And it's not even close. I'm Carla Cat and I approve this message. Certified. Certified. Stephen Young says, I don't follow anyone who isn't real. And I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Jathan says, what's your expectation for this year? For me, I would love a natty, but I want at least a competitive season with the chance for a natty. I'm not going to put this team on a natty or bust type of range. That's unfair expectation. But for the amount of investment that this team has made into this season, to the roster, the coaching staff overhaul, the consistency and development, the behind-the-scenes staff, like the front office, the Billy Glasscocks, the Nick Savages, all the off-the-field personnel that we don't talk about enough, which I think you may have one of the best strength and conditioning coaches in Nick Savage. I love that guy, and I'm grateful I don't have to have him as my trainer. I'm going to say that right now. But for me, I think the worst that this team will end up being is 9-3. The worst. I think this is 10-2 territory, potential of, like my guy Stephen Young just said, 11-1. Ceiling is 11 wins. The median for me is 10-2. The floor is 9-3. You win 9, you go 9-3 fighting for a playoff spot, depending on how things break, that's a successful season. Especially, that's barring, if you keep this whole roster healthy, I truly think that the floor is 10-2. I really expect in November, think about this. If you play video games, November is your favorite month. If you're a Saints fan, if you're an NBA fan, if you're a college football fan, if you are a sports fan in general, November is going to be the month for you, especially if you're a sports fan and you like video games. Why? LSU will be going into the final week of the season potentially as a 9-2 win team at the lowest. At the lowest. You then turn around. You got the Saints 6-5, 5-5 at worst, fighting for the number one spot in the division. You had the NBA season tipping off, men's basketball season and women's basketball seasons are starting. You have legitimately the General in Houston. You have the World Series just wrapping up, NHL going on. You have fall ball just wrapping up for a loaded baseball team, not to mention college football 27's rolling, Madden's rolling, 2K's rolling, and Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. There won't be a time to be bored come November. Not to mention high school football playoffs. Not to mention it. It's going to be elite in November. So that's my expectation, man. That's my expectation. Kobe, just subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, Kobe. I definitely appreciate it, man. Randy says almost all of us Tiger fans are real. With our picks on our thumbnails, we give a pass to Fonz as we know Fonz is a real one. Yes, Fonz is as real as they get. Nick Savage says D. Will is one of the most important pieces of this coaching staff. Yes, you are not lying by any means at all when you make that statement. That is so true. That is so true. It is so true. Jathan, love it. Thanks. No, look, I definitely look. That's my perspective, bro. Looking at this roster, looking at the money that you spent, the coaching staff that you've assembled. Think about this. Lane Kiffin was held to his lowest scoring totals in 2 consecutive seasons by one defensive coordinator who is now on the same sideline as him. His name is Blake Baker. If you can't beat him, join him. So we joined him. Anthony, why do you think Hayes Foster puts over LSU on every commitment post? Because it gets, thank you, Anthony. That's what I've been saying here. If I'm Hayes, I probably would do it too. That's my job, to get impressions, to get views up, to keep them up and rolling. He needs it. And they got other people now out here breaking commitment posts. So he's going to ask, did you get an offer from LSU? Yeah, bet over LSU. I don't care where they were. LSU was lacking strength and conditioning, most important for the next head coach. Exactly. Losing Tommy Moffitt was when Brian Kelly lost this team. Unk says, welcome, Kobe. Losing to Texas after Bama is a tough game. Yes. I think Lane has a surprise for Ole Miss. I do too. I'm not going to lie. The closer we get to September, I'm trying to keep my bias out of it. I really am. But the closer I keep getting, the closer I keep wanting to just go say, fuck it, and pick them. Excuse my language. Bro, you got to get Blake to join in with the butt praise with all the whiny Goldman Sachs fans. I'm going to shoot him a text and let him know. I definitely am. Kobe says, just subscribe. Man, thank you, Kobe. I definitely appreciate it, man. Thank you for all the love. Kyler Murray doesn't stand a chance this November unless he hits a growth spurt, and we know that's not happening. Serious, do you think Blake or CWJ stay more than 1 year at LSU? CWJ, potentially. Blake Baker, I don't think so. If you have the success that you're expecting to have, Blake Baker's been named the co-defensive coordinator for a reason. That's kind of baking Chris Kiffin to learn from him and kind of develop in the wings. And I would eventually see, I guess we'd see Chris Kiffin replace him. But in that, you'd have to fill a lot because I expect Blake Baker to take Kevin Peoples and Jake Olsen with him. So that would be the plan. I don't see Blake Baker. If you have the success that you're expecting to have, Blake Baker should get a really good power forward job next season, and it'll be much deserved. Much deserved. Not two, but three. You're right. Blake held, but I was talking about for LSU standpoint. That's why I went two. So Kobe asked, so we getting Brewster and Royal? That's the way the tea leaves are blowing, brother. Cherry blossoms are brewing, coffees are brewing, and LSU wears purple and gold because those are the colors of royalty. Blake held them to Blake held them under 25 for 3 straight seasons. No other DC has done that. Not anyone. That's true. So would you rather Moffitt or Savage? Well, Moffitt comes with a pedigree, right? You every coach at LSU has won a national championship, except for Brian Kelly. The difference was Tommy Moffitt. If I had my pick, of course, I would want Tommy Moffitt. But Tommy Moffitt's at Texas A&M. Where was Texas A&M for the first time? In the playoff. Nick Savage was at Ole Miss. Where was Ole Miss last season? In the playoff. If I had my picks, it's like choosing between a Lamborghini and a Rolls Royce. They're both luxury vehicles. One does something a little bit different from the other. What speed do you want to go? That's what you got to choose. I'm cool with either one, even though my big ass probably can't fit in a Lamborghini. LSU will have a great year, and Blake is gone. Mark this. Yes. Clock it. Yeah, absolutely. The advantage for the Ole Miss game is that Lane and Charlie know Golding's defense really well. That's what I've been saying, D. Will. Lane Kiffin worked with Pete Golding for what, 3, 4 seasons? In that time, Golding's defense was very mid. Going up against one of the best offenses in the country. With that happening, Golding never got better. So when you sit up here, you think about what Blake Baker's been able to accomplish, especially under Brian Kelly and Joe Sloan. How much better of a DC and how much more prepared will that defense be? Because also remember this, the fastest paced offense in college is ran by Lane Kiffin. LSU no longer has to play against that. They practice against it every day. So no offense will be able to surprise them with their speed. John David Baker is going to have an uphill battle. Lane Kiffin could not crack Blake Baker with Trinidad and Keywan Lacey. That game was not a blowout. And to be honest with you, LSU should have beat them. I'm glad we didn't. I can sit here right now and say it. I'm glad we didn't. One more win and you probably don't fire Brian Kelly. You probably don't fire him. That game was not a blowout. You lost 24-19. You score one touchdown, miss an extra point. You're walking out of Oxford winning. And they had the best running back and quarterback combination they have ever had. And that was with Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weiss. You think John David Baker is going to be able to do that? If anything, I think that they matched that. I think that they scored 24, but LSU's offense puts up over 30. Steve Young said it right here. Georgia torched golfing. Then he corrected it to Golding. Steve Young says, yeah, Savage is great, but I love Moffitt. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, emotionally, I'm tied to Moffitt. Yeah, I take Moffitt because he loves LSU. Exactly. David says hitting. I'm not sure what he's referring to here. I don't know who's getting hit or who's hitting. But hitting. Weiss had to bail them out. Yes. Weiss and Trinidad had to put on Superman capes. Weiss called the game of his life. And also, let's not forget, too, the next game, Trinidad Chambliss literally gave that game against Miami up. That was not a good game for him. Miami dropped 4 picks. I mean, not like, made a play. Like, no, their cornerbacks look like why they play. Their cornerbacks and DBs look like why they play defense. Ball hit them square in the hand and dropped it. Unk says, yeah, you're right, Jathan. Georgia scored 38 on Golden with Gunnar Stockton as quarterback and no wide receivers running bubble screens. Bro, we're soft as Charmin up front on both lines last year. Exactly. At Peely, you ever see Kyler Murray trying baseball a la MJ or trying to go to baseball like MJ or Tim Tebow? They say Murray was a hell of a baseball player. He was. Murray was a baller. The game is played in the trenches. Do you think we have enough to truly compete and make a run? So that's my concern about this team. Your frontline starters are elite. Your depth is where we have issues. Your depth along the line of scrimmage, especially. In the trenches, you're relying on 3 true freshmen to make significant contributions. Not just play as rotational pieces, but potential starters. You got to keep them healthy. Your offensive line I'm more comfortable with. The depth behind them, though, is a little inexperienced. But I trust the coaching on the offensive line a lot more than I did last year. There's a reason why Brad Davis is still not coaching. There's a reason for it. There's a reason. David Billiard says, scroll up right before it's my spell check. Oh. YouTube chat is long, David, so I don't see what you were talking about. Because YouTube chat's real long. I said we have 1.5K people in here. Better be hitting the like, follow, and subscribe button. Oh, God. Real Jesus. I didn't even see that. Hey, yeah, like almost 1,700 people. Please hit the like and share. I wasn't even paying attention to that. The chat's moving so fast tonight. Thank you, David. Thank you for pointing that out. Anthony says, I just pray to God that Blake can figure out how to stop a mobile quarterback finally. All right. I think a lot of that comes down to the level of talent that you had on defense, too. Matt House was able to use Harold Perkins as a true freshman to completely eliminate every mobile quarterback possible. I think we made the mistake in forcing Harold Perkins to try to become a true inside linebacker, and then we made the mistake again in playing him as like a nickel slot linebacker, which took him completely away from his ability to spy from different angles. I think it kind of regressed him a little bit. I think with the athletes that you have at linebacker, a healthy Whit Weeks, a healthy TJ Daughtery, and another thing that helps stopping a mobile quarterback is a pass rush. You didn't have that last year. Your leading sack getter had 4 sacks, and it was Harold Perkins. You have to get pressure on the quarterback from every part of the front, not just on the edge, but up the middle. You want your pass rushers to force the quarterbacks up the pocket into clogged rushing lanes by your defensive tackles. That's what you want. And I think now you're going to get that. Because if they have a clean running lane, the linebackers can't break if they're dropping into a zone. So they're going to pick up 7, 8 yards because they're dropping 7, 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. They're going to get that. If the rushing lane is not clear and they have to avoid a defender, it gives the linebackers time to scrape back down and break on it. So now that 7-8 yard gain is now 3 because they're running after a 7 to 10 yard drop. So that's what goes into that. D. Will says, Anthony and Joe Sloan, horrible play calling. Yes. That. At P. Lee says, I didn't know Kevin Murray was college Pops. I remember Pops at A&M as my little brother went there. Oh, okay, cool. Stevie Young says Lane can scheme around the O-line. He literally has done that. Stevie Young says that again. He literally done that at every year. Ole Miss never had a great O-lineman or O-line or O-lineman. And now he has Seton. Jathan says if you don't spy, then you get what you get. I don't think we could have spied last year. We had to cover. You weren't getting pressure. So if you're taking a person away from coverage with no pressure from the front four, you're leaving somebody open. And that's worse. That's worse. Ole Miss never had a great O-line, and Unk says, despite Murray's reported intention to continue his football career, the Oakland Athletics selected Murray with the 9th overall selection of the 2018 MLB draft. He signed a contract with the A's, which I think they may still have. David would know a little bit more about that than I would. Look, we've been going for almost 2 full hours, which included a $4.6 million signing bonus prior to his junior year with the football team. Murray said that he will report to spring training in 2019 to begin his professional baseball career. Oh, all right, awesome. We've been going for 2 full hours. But I got to go get some butt paste. I got to get 3 bottles of butt paste. And see, David says, the A still have its rights. Carl Cat saying LSU is soft as Sharman is an insult, yo. He was definitely a better baseball player. He was elite. Like, I get why he won the Heisman, why he was drafted first overall, because he was just an athletic freak. But it takes more than that to be elite on the NFL level. Like, you got to prepare. You have to mentally prepare. Anthony says you have a point there, AP. Look, I'm just saying, like, that's how the game breaks down. That's how the game breaks down. It's I think we're going to see a more efficient defense from Blake Baker when it comes to these mobile quarterbacks. Look at his time in Missouri. They didn't have problems with mobile quarterbacks in Missouri. Stephen Young says, let's just revisit what you insinuated, that we're getting both Brewster and hey, man, the pot is brewing, stuff is dripping, and LSU wears purple and gold because that is the colors of royalty. All right? The pot is hot. Pot is hot. Bro saw those NFL quarterback contracts and said, yeah, screw this baseball stuff. Exactly. And it is huge, man. Like, you get both of those kids into the boat, bro, and things just completely change. It flips overnight. No pressure, AP. No, I'm going to get that. AP, before you roll, what can we expect to see on ATVS on Monday? Great question, D-Bill. I'm glad that you brought that up because my old brain forgot because so much has been going on. Shameless plug here. I mentioned at the start of the show, somebody said us getting Brewster and Royal would be like a safety blowing off the top of a receiver coming across him. I can't remember the exact quote. And I said, no, it's like Chad Jones lighting up Joe Adams, I think was the receiver for Arkansas on the goal line. The reason why I specifically brought up Chad Jones was because myself and David Billiot are working on a series and the Valley Shook, covering elite athletes at LSU who've been able to play both football and baseball. The first piece that we put together that we collabed on was covering the great Chad Jones. That article will be out Monday morning at 8 a.m. So please, before you get to work, get your cup of coffee, log in, hit up In the Valley Shook, and go check out that article. It's absolutely elite. Dreadlocks of Doom, rocking, knocking people's blocks off, shutting down people from the mound, and locking up things so LSU can win a national title for both football and baseball. And then, of course, who joined Chad Jones in that elite club? There's only 3 players over the course of all of college athletic history who have won a national championship in football and baseball for one school. And that was Anthony Munoz, Chad Jones, Jarrett Mitchell. Yes, LSU has 2 of those players. Of course, we're going to break down Mr. J. Mitch next. So please make sure as you're getting ready for U.S. soccer, you go check out the article that me and D-Bill worked hard on. And please make sure y'all comment on the articles that we post on In the Valley Shook. We are grinding over there. All right. And it's free. It's free, y'all. It takes 3 minutes to read the article, post a comment. Liked it, sucked, terrible. You guys should never write anything ever again. I don't care what you say. We're going to like it and keep on moving. So thank y'all so much, man. Fawn says, so I'll say it, if you have a weaker D-line, then put your linebackers in bad spots because they can't keep the O-line from getting to them. So running QBs get more room to run. Exactly. Your D-line not being able to hold up, not having good talent affects your linebackers from being able to shed blocks. Linebackers are supposed to play free. So let me give you all a little bit of insight as to what the D lineman is supposed to be. If your D lineman is making a play behind the line of scrimmage, that is actually elite. They're not supposed to be making plays. A D lineman should not be leading your team in tackles and should never will. Your linebacker should. If your linebackers are averaging over 100 tackles, that means the D-line is doing their job. Your D-line is basically the offensive lineman for linebackers. They keep O-linemen out of the way so linebackers can scrape freely to use their athleticism to go make the play and stop the ball. Now, sometimes your D-line gets back there so fast, Jadeveon Clowney, Arden Key, Sam Montgomery, Caleb on Chason, Glenn Dorsey. They make plays behind the line of scrimmage. There's never a play to be made for the linebacker. When you don't have that up front, your linebackers are getting blocked. And when you got a linebacker like Harold Perkins, who's just over 200 pounds, that's hard for him. It's hard for him. Serious, Stephen Young. Things are brewing. Things are dripping. LSU wears purple and gold because of the colors of royalty. Fawn says, bro, Monday, y'all better be watching USA Soccer. Go USA. I think our D-line will be elite moving forward. Brewster is incoming. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you. You put Jalen Brewster with Lamar Brown, Deuce Gerald. Deuce Gerald is that guy. Damn it. Deuce Gerald, I'm about to say Jarrett Mitchell. Deuce Gerald, Lamar Brown, Richard Anderson, and Jalen Brewster? Have fun blocking that. I don't give a damn. Me and Fonz and Unc could go be your linebackers behind that D-line. And we would feast. Now, I mean, it'd only be a game. No. It'd be a half a play. Because we gotta actually hit somebody. But we'd be clear to make the hit. I don't know how well the tackle would be made. My back is pretty bad. And I haven't played in a minute. My knees are also pretty bad too. Probably be on somebody's highlight, but at least it wouldn't be on the D-line's fault. That's what I'm trying to say. Chad Jones and Jay Mitch, dreadlocks of doom. Unk says, yeah, you're right, Fonz. We need another Chad Jones. Oh my God, do we ever? Do we ever? Freaking legend. Jay Mitch also, yes. What are you hearing on Anding? The expectation for Jaden Anding is to still commit to LSU and just win at this point. Everybody is just as shocked that he's stalled. But even for those that he stalled on, they're not sure why. Because even like the Ole Miss smoke that we thought was happening may not even be real. It's weird. I don't know. We gotta get Anding. Gotta get Anding. And we do. We need that safety, especially after Davion Jones. We gotta lock him up. Comments matter more than y'all think, especially on In the Valley Shook. Like we really, really, really need y'all support over there. Please, please, y'all. Please, I'm begging y'all. I'm legit begging y'all. I know I'm asking y'all for a lot. Please forgive me. Y'all and God are gonna be sick of me because I'm gonna ask. You have not because you ask not. That's what the good book says. So I'm gonna ask. Please go over to In the Valley Shook and just leave a like, a hey, a how you doing, good job, a thumbs up emoji. Put something on the article. We need it. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Nope. D-line job is to control the line. Exactly. Keep the O-line at the line and not getting to the second level. Yep. I'm going to get this kid ready for bed, bro. Shout out to everyone in this chat tonight. Love seeing the support from my guy. He deserves it. Thank you, David. I definitely appreciate it. Tell my girl, Maxine, that I love her. Uncle AP misses her, and that you have to go get her a stuffed snowball tomorrow. Bro, Deuce is a freak. He is, bro. Deuce is a freak, bro. Deuce is a freak, bro. Deuce is a freak, bro. Deuce going to start as a freshman. Yes. A play, maybe. Yes. Fonz, yes, a play, maybe. Fonz says I'm going ankles all day. Fonz, I'm afraid if I go ankles, I'm going to be eating a lot of dirt. Like these kids are athletic as hell, bro. Like I'm coaching these kids. I'm seeing them. Like these high school kids have genius ankles, man. It's ridiculous. Like it's ridiculous. Dom better step the hell up. I don't know what's going on with Dom, but he better get it together. I think he's kind of in his feelings. Ending after they pushed the flip old boy from Texas, making LSU show him attention. But Greedy's not coming in to play safety. He's coming in to play corner. Like Anding's primary recruit is Jake Olsen, not Corey Raymond. It's two different recruits. Like, what are we talking about? Can you put that in the chat so I can go and comment? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let me go put that in there now for you. I'm going to link you to my article on Juju McDonald. Jathan. That's the link for it right there. And then I'll pin it for you too. There y'all go. With your bad knees, huh? Yeah, no, my knees are bad, bro. My knees are bad. I got torn meniscus. I got a torn PCL. I dislocated one of my knees. My knees are screwed. That's what ruined my career real fast. That's why I went from strong safety to running. I don't think Dom is a dog, unfortunately. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I don't want this to come across insensitive or anything, but I watched Don McKinley play his senior year at Acadiana against Edna Carr. It was the first and only game. It's the last game Edna Carr lost was to that Don McKinley Acadiana team. That game in the rain. And it took a fake punt, which I was in the stands calling out that it was about to happen. You could see it from a mile away. It was about to happen. It took a fake punt on 4th down for a touchdown to win that game. But Don McKinley didn't make a play that entire game. And Edna Carr's offensive line was not that good that year. We all were expecting him to dominate a little bit more than what he did. He was kind of quiet. but even then, you could just tell like it just was like that extra bite was kind of missing. So like hopefully, being in this environment with these young kids coming up, with these young pups biting up, that'll give him some bite too. 'Cause sometimes you need you need somebody to kind of be the igniter, and I don't think we really had igniters in the D line room because Dom had all the talent, and he would have needed to be the igniter too. Like I liked Gooden, but he didn't really have the talent to be the igniter, the initiator. Um, and Jacoby and Guillory liked them too, but like he was a dog, but him and Dom kind of give off that same vibes. Deuce Gerald's talk shit. Rich, he talk shit. I need my D lineman to talk shit. I need him to get up and talk like Glenn Dorsey. I need him to flex like Big Fave. I need him to shake their heads like Booger. I need him to get up and say no like Marcus Spears. I need a D lineman like Marcus Spears wearing 84 and like I don't care. That's why I love seeing Rich in 88. I love it. Well, I don't care what number you give me. I'm going to make it look good. Put me in 62. I don't care. I'm going to make it look good. Yeah. Steve Young says, yeah, it sucks for Dom. Yeah, it does. Fonz saying, I forgot Olsen's at safety. Yeah, he definitely is. No problem, Dathan. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you so much. We definitely need it. We love Chad Jones for life. He's a legend. I was like going back through for this article. I really forgot how much of an impact Chad Jones had as a true freshman. That 2009 Alabama game, the game that LSU needed to win. We didn't realize how much we needed that game at the time. Bruh. That was elite. Dom is too nonchalant. I think he really doesn't care. I think he cares. I don't because and I'm gonna tell you why I think he cares. Because he really made a physical transformation going into last season. But I don't think he got enough proper coaching, and I don't think he really had enough support to like push him. I want to see what fall camp is going to be like for him. I want to see. I don't think that the USC D line commit from Baton Rouge hit either. Are you talking about Jakeem Stewart? So I'm gonna tell you now. If that's who you're referring to. Jakeem, there's two things. Yeah. First of all, Jakeem is not from Baton Rouge. He's really from like St. Charles Parish area, but he went to St. Aug, transferred to Edna Carr, so he graduated a year early and enrolled in spring. I was there for that drama. This is why Jakeem Stewart didn't really hit. Jakeem Stewart only played one full season of high school football. It was a sophomore year. He missed what would have been his junior year because he was ineligible, and he got moved up a grade and enrolled into USC a year early. He got hurt a lot last year too, playing up against grown men after not having that callus from making contact enough. I think Jakeem Stewart's going to make more noise this season. I think you'll see him take a step forward. Now, is he going to be as dominant as people anticipated him being? No, I said I will die on this hill. I always said that Richard Anderson was a better defensive tackle than Jakeem Stewart. I don't care. Ask anybody around me. I've always said Richard Anderson was the best defensive lineman in the state. Plain and simple. Jathan says, don't forget Chad Jones was a two-way athlete. He was one of my favorite. Wish we had more players like him. Exactly. No, that's what the article that me and David will be posting on Monday talks about. I talk about the football portion of it. That's why David wrote on the baseball portion of it, like shutting down the mound in that national championship run in Omaha was elite. Yes, absolutely. Um, Anthony says, I wish we could have gotten Colin Simmons. Don't we all? Stephen Young says, Anthony Anderson is a dog. Judge Free, thank you. I'm not sure what you're thanking me for, but thank you. Thank you for being here, man. Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel, please. Stephen Young says he might get freshman playing time too. Ain't no might. Richard Anderson is playing a lot. He took a lot of reps with the ones. He playing a lot, bro. Deuce Gerald's is starting for sure. Richard Anderson might be right there with him. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the one position group where starting doesn't matter is defensive line. They rotate more than any other position group not named wide receiver and running back. Like starting doesn't matter for them. It's irrelevant. So look, we've been going for 2 hours, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. We are going to get this thing wrapped up. Please make sure that y'all like and share this. And look, it's 4th of July, man. I hope y'all have some big plans for tomorrow, throwing some stuff on the grill. Make sure y'all save your boy a plate. Make sure y'all save your boy a plate. Steve Young says a space heater Deuce is fast off the line. His first step is amazing. His first step is amazing. Anthony says hopefully Ed can get Dom right. That's what I'm banking on too. I think that coaching is going to make a huge difference between Kevin Peoples sliding in, having been on the D line and been in the room a little bit for a couple of years with him, and then you see Ed coming back to in the fold will be there as well. Who do you think will be starting D line game 1? Well, you got Prince Will, Mamiel, and Jordan Ross on your edge. I'm going to say Malik Blockton will be on the interior first, just because the Philly and Green missed so much time during spring, and then Deuce Charles will be right there by him. And then immediately, like 3 plays in, Malik Blockton comes out, Richard Anderson comes in. And then Prince Will comes out on, not Prince Will, Jordan Ross will come out on 3rd downs. You can see Lamar Brown comes in on the 3rd down. You can see Deuce Charles, Lamar Brown, Jordan Ross, Prince Will, Mamiel, and then you can see a 3-man front with Lamar Brown, Prince Will, Jordan Ross. You could see another front where you have Deuce Charles at edge with Lamar Brown and Malik Blockton and Big Rich in the middle for like a heavy front. Like you're going to see this front get freaky because of the talent. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. So much fun. Jathan, thank you for your support, bro. I really do appreciate it. Don't make this the last time you're in the chat. 8:15 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday until football season starts. When football season starts, it's going to be Monday through Thursday, and then pregame, postgames on Saturday, and then of course pregame, postgames on Sunday for the Saints too. So please tap in. The content will be contenting. Busy, good times around here. Busy, good times around here for sure. So thank you guys so much. Look, I know that things are weird right now. The world is crazy, but if you want to see a difference in the world, you have to be a difference. Start with yourself. Be the difference. Start by being kind. Being kind is free. You know the best way to be kind? Hold the door open for somebody. Smile. Say good morning. Say good evening. Say thank you. How you doing? That makes a difference. Your smile can literally save someone's life. Were you kind today? If you weren't, I challenge you tomorrow to be kind. Just tell somebody happy 4th of July. Let them take it for what it's worth. At least you greeted them. Tell them happy 4th of July. The best way to show God's love is by being kind. You want to make an invisible God visible? Show God's love to everyone else through kindness. So be the difference. Thank you to all of y'all who've been in here. Over 2,000 viewing tonight. Thank y'all so much for the support. It's been amazing, man. Thank y'all so much. Like Steve Young says, Christ is King. Y'all have a great night from me and Fonz, man. Happy 4th of July to all of y'all. And look, I love each and every one of y'all for being here. Thank y'all so much. USA plays on Monday. And to my wife, I love you, baby. Love you so much. Y'all have a good night, fellas. See y'all. Y'all have a good